Step into the world of Roman architecture, where towering columns and intricate designs defined an era. Inspired by the Greeks, the Romans refined and expanded classical architecture, leaving behind a monumental legacy. The Greeks viewed columns as representations of the human body, the base as the feet, the shaft as the torso, and the capital as the head. They developed three orders: Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian. The Romans later adopted these styles and made them their own. In addition to the Greek orders, the Romans introduced two of their own, the Tuscan and Composite orders, bringing new levels of refinement and variation. The Doric order, the oldest and strongest, stood between 5 to 6 times its diameter in height. It had no base, as the shaft rose directly from the stylobate, either smooth or fluted. The Romans refined its proportions and used it in grand temples and civic structures. The Ionic order appeared more slender and elegant, standing 8 to 9 times its diameter. Its shaft featured 24 flutes, and its capital was adorned with volutes, graceful spirals that gave it a sense of refinement. Romans admired its decorative friezes and often incorporated it into theaters and basilicas. The Corinthian order stood as the most ornate, with a height-to-diameter ratio of 10:1. Its capital, carved with acanthus leaves, made it the most decorative of all. The Romans, who favored extravagance, used this order extensively in temples and monumental buildings. If you are liking this content, give us a thumbs up to further promote our content, and don't forget to subscribe to get a daily dose of our content. The Romans introduced two new orders. The Tuscan order, a simplified version of the Doric, stood at 7 diameters in height. It featured a plain, unfluted shaft and a simple capital. Meanwhile, the Composite order blended Ionic volutes with Corinthian acanthus leaves. With a 10:1 ratio, it embodied both elegance and grandeur. Roman architects revolutionized design with superposed orders, stacking Doric at the base, Ionic in the middle, and Corinthian or Composite at the top. This technique created visually balanced multi-story buildings. Later, Renaissance architects drew inspiration from the Romans and introduced the Colossal order, where columns extended across multiple stories, emphasizing scale and power. These ancient columns stood the test of time, whispering the stories of Rome's architectural genius. A fusion of strength, beauty, and innovation, the Roman classical orders remain timeless,